Good afternoon, students. Today we'll read Geography, our first chapter, that is our environment. So let's start our chapter. The term environment is derived from a French word which is environner, that means surroundings. In simple terms, whatever we see in our surroundings is collectively called environment. Our earth is the home of human beings and other living organisms. This is possible due to the presence of favorable living conditions which make up their environment. So, the term environment refers to all the external conditions in which an organism lives. Now, we will discuss the components of environment. What are the components? Actually, the whole surroundings can be divided into two categories. Look at the picture. One natural and other one man-made. See, living organisms, land, air, water, all are the examples of natural component. And buildings, park, industry, bridge, road, monuments, all are the examples of man-made categories. Now, we will discuss about the two important things about the chapter, that is biotic environment and abiotic environment. Firstly, we will discuss about biotic environment. The environment includes the world of living organisms. So, what is biotic environment? Biotic environment includes the world of living organisms. For example, human beings, plants, animals, insects, etc. Secondly, we will discuss about abiotic environment. This refers to the world of non-living elements. Non-living elements means suppose land, air, water, etc. The land on which we live is not man-made thing, right? So, it has been created through a natural process. Naturally, it has been created. For example, air, water, natural vegetation, etc. also occur naturally. Here, the land refers to lithosphere, while air and water indicate atmosphere and hydrosphere respectively. See, here this picture, have a look on this picture. Abiotic factors. What are the abiotic factors? Especially non-living parts of environment. See the examples: water, sunlight, temperature, air, soil. Then biotic factors, especially living or once living organisms of the environment. Examples: prey, plants, predators, bacteria, fungi, etc. See components of environment and have a look. I think you will understood better now. Nextly, we will read spheres of the earth. How many spheres of the earth? Firstly, lithosphere, atmosphere, hydrosphere, biosphere. There are total four spheres of the earth. Lithosphere actually indicates solid earth, as well as hydrosphere indicates all water bodies, all water found on under and over the surface of earth. Atmospheres, basically the gases that surrounds our earth, and biosphere means all life on earth. Now you can understand better. Just see, I am going to discuss about firstly lithosphere. It is the solid crust or hard top of the earth. You can see this picture. Lithosphere, that is solid crust or hard top layer of the earth. Secondly, atmosphere. The thin layer of air that surrounds the earth is known as atmosphere. Then hydrosphere. Hydrosphere means water bodies. The water bodies, the domain of water is referred to as hydrosphere. And lastly, biosphere. That means the living world. Now we are going to discuss the major domains of the earth. Let's start from lithosphere. You have to remember, lithosphere is a solid crust or the hard top layer of the earth. Lithosphere has many ups and downs. It consists of many different types of landscapes such as mountains, plateaus, hills, valleys, etc. The lithosphere is made up of various rocks and minerals. The lithosphere is covered with a thin layer of soil, and this soil helps to grow different types of plants and shrubs, which provides food not only to human beings but to the animals also. Now you can see the picture. The hard crust or the solid part of the air, solid crust or hard top layer of the earth. This is the picture of lithosphere. Now just have a look. Can you identify the picture? Yes, it is a picture of layers of atmosphere. Actually, the atmosphere has a layered structure. Its total extent can be roughly divided into 5 concentric layers. Can you see? There are total 5 concentric layers. First, troposphere. Just see this picture. First, troposphere. Next layer or the second layer is known as stratosphere. The third layer is known as mesosphere. The fourth layer of atmosphere known as thermosphere, and the last sphere known as exosphere. You will read briefly about these layers next chapter. Now in this chapter just remember the names. Atmosphere. What are the major domains of the atmosphere? Firstly, it reaches up to a height of 1600 km from the Earth's surface. Secondly, the atmosphere is held around the Earth by its gravitational force. It consists of various gases such as oxygen, nitrogen, neon, ozone, etc., as well as dust and water vapors. The atmosphere acts as a thick blanket which protects us from harmful ultraviolet rays of the sun that we can say UV rays of the sun, which is very harmful to us. Next, the changes in the atmosphere bring changes in the weather and climate. Air provides us all the weather related phenomena such as wind, rain, etc. The atmosphere acts as a big air conditioner, moderating the extremes of heat and cold. It also contains life-giving gases, right, which is oxygen and carbon dioxide. So, the hydrosphere is the sphere of water that surrounds our planet, and in Latin words, hydro means water. Okay, let's shortly discuss about hydrosphere. I have said earlier, the domain of water is referred to as hydrosphere, especially the water bodies like oceans, seas, lakes and rivers collectively form the hydrosphere. About 71% of Earth's surface is covered with water. It provides us great variety of seafoods and minerals. It provides a natural link between the continents. Oceans are the main component of the hydrosphere. It is also used as a means of transport by the people. These are the major domains of the Earth. Can you identify the picture? This is a picture of biosphere. It means the living world. You can see these are the examples of vegetarians, vegetation. Here animals in the ground. Okay, animals. See, dead plants and animals, microscopic organisms. Here birds in air. Especially it means the living world. Suppose in the sea creatures, also the examples of living world, then marine living organisms. It contains all forms of life, right? All forms of life such as plants, animals, human beings, etc. Actually, biosphere is a narrow zone of the earth where land, water as well as air. So, land, water and air interact with each other to support life. It is a significant part of the earth. It is the part of the earth that is occupied by living organism. It provides us with favorable conditions for life. And both the biotic and abiotic environment are interdependent and provide a variety. So, today we have already discussed about environment, and the term environment derived from a French word. It is known as environner, or that means surroundings. Then we have read the components of our environment, that is one is natural and other one is man-made. Then we have read about biotic environment and abiotic environment. Then the four spheres, number 1 lithosphere, atmosphere, hydrosphere and lastly biosphere. So students, read up to this. For today up to this much. Thank you.